G'day and welcome to Todd's Kitchen and welcome to my 100th episode. So to celebrate this 100th episode and to show my thanks to all of you, I'm going to cook you something very special today. So join me today as we cook a 4-layer red velvet cake. Okay, now to start off with, into a sieve, we're going to place our self-raising flour. Now if you don't have self-raising flour, just add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And then on top of that, we're going to add in some good quality cocoa powder. Now just sift that through to get all the lumps out until just so it's completely combined. And then on top of that, just add in your salt. Now into another bowl, we're going to place our softened butter. Now this has been in the fridge, so I've just softened it up for about 15 seconds in the microwave. Now I'm just going to beat this with an electric beater until it's nice and soft. Okay, once you've softened up the butter, now we're going to add in our caster sugar, also referred to as super fine sugar. Okay, now we're just going to beat this for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's light and fluffy. Okay, once you've finished beating this, I'm going to crack in 1 egg and we're just going to give it another beat. Once it's completely combined, then we'll do the second egg. Just don't put both eggs in at the same time. Okay, next we're going to add in our vanilla essence. And just beat it for another 30 seconds just till it's well combined. Okay, now I've got our buttermilk in a container here. Now to that, we're going to add in our red food colouring. Just be careful not to get any of this onto yourself because it will stain. And then just using a fork, just gently whisk it through till it's completely combined. Okay, next, using the beater on low, we're going to do this in stages. We're going to add 1/3 of the flour, then 1/3 of the buttermilk mixture. And we're going to alternate that, starting and finishing always with the flour. Add a bit in there, just like that. Okay, we're just going to mix that through, just till it's well combined. And then we're going to add in some of our buttermilk mixture. And it's very important that you do this on low, because if you do it on high especially, it's going to make all that food colouring go everywhere and it's going to stain your clothes. So just keep on alternating just like that, just until everything is completely combined. Okay, now into a separate bowl, we're going to place a teaspoon of white vinegar and then a teaspoon of baking soda. Now you want to be quick with this. Now it's going to start to fizzle, just give it a quick mix just like this. As soon as it goes like that, we're going to place it straight into the bowl. And we're going to fold it straight through, just till it's nicely combined. Okay, next I've got 2 springform pans here that I've lined the bottom with baking paper, also referred to as parchment paper. Now you're going to grab your mix and you're going to divide it between the 2 pans. Okay, once done, we're going to place this into a preheated oven at 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, now I've just taken these out of the oven. Now, the best way to check is get a wooden skewer, just stick it right inside there. If it comes out clean, that means it's ready. Now I'm going to let these sit here for about 2 hours because you want them to completely cool. So once they've cooled in 2 hours, then we'll get started on the icing. Okay, so once your cake is completely cooled down, Room temperature, or you can have it in the fridge, made no difference. Make sure you use a serrated knife like this. It'll make it a lot easier for cutting. This is like a butter knife, bread knife. So just go halfway in and just very carefully work your way through. Just so you got two equal size cakes. Okay, so that's what you're left with. You got one of your cakes and you've made it into two separate pieces. Now just continue this with the other piece. Now into a bowl we're going to place in our cream cheese. And then our mascarpone cheese. This is similar to our cream cheese. It's also a dessert cheese, but it has a distinct taste to it. And when mixed with this, it really sets it off. That's good. Okay, so once you've got them in the bowl, let them sit here for about 15 minutes, just to warm up a little bit, close to room temperature, and then we'll start beating. Okay, I've had this sitting here for about 15 minutes now. Now, I'll just use the hand blender. Just mix it on high until it's nice and smooth. Okay, once it's nice and smooth, we're going to add in our vanilla essence. And then we're going to sift through our icing or confectionery sugar. Just make sure you sift it through because it gets all the lumps out. Okay, once it's all sifted through, we're going to mix it again on high for about a minute, just till it's completely combined. Now into a separate bowl, we're going to pour in our thickened cream or heavy cream. It's also referred to as whipping cream. Now we're going to whip this on high it'll take a few minutes, just till you get soft peaks forming. Okay, so once your cream is ready, now we're just going to do a little bit at a time, say about a quarter at a time. Just put it in there, and we're just going to fold it through the mixture. Just like this. And then we're going to do another quarter. So continue folding through, and then we'll add the last of the mix. Okay, now that cream mixture is ready, now we're going to start on the first layer of cake. So grab the first one and just spread it around just like this. Just till it's completely covered. Okay, so once you've done your first layer, now it's just a matter of repeating this for the remaining three pieces. Just so it goes on nicely like this. Just make sure you'll be careful so you're not slipping and sliding the pieces together. So just do it very gently and just cover each individual piece just like that. Now I haven't put anything on top, mainly because I'm going to do something extra special that is really going to set this cake off. Okay, now before I start on the last and final step for this cake, we're going to place this in the fridge for about half an hour. What that'll do is it'll make all the cream inside harden up a little bit, so it makes it a lot easier to work with. So I'll put this in the fridge for half an hour and we'll get started on the final step. Okay, now for the final step, I'm going to use this packet white icing stuff. Now you can buy this at most supermarkets, so be in the cake section. Now this is the type of stuff that professionals use for cakes to make it look that much better. So to start off with, we're going to grab icing sugar or confectionery sugar. Just spray it along there. And we're just going to get a rolling pin. And same with the rolling pin, just give it a good dusting with icing. And we're going to roll it out till it's a uniform size. Uniform thickness. Now you want to make sure it's about twice the size of the cake. Because remember, it's got to not only go onto the top, it's got to go on the sides as well. So just roll it out till it's nice and flat. Okay, so once done, get some icing sugar again. Just roll it on top just like this. And again onto the rolling pin. And just very gently pick it up. And just roll it up onto the pin, just like so. Just be very gentle. And just pick it up. Now I'm just going to move this over. And I'm just going to roll it back over just like this. That's why it's very important to use the icing sugar. Otherwise, when you try to roll it on, it'll just stick and it'll be a disaster. And it's on just like that. Okay, now it's just a matter of just shaping it around the edges, just like this, just so it's nice and flat and uniform. Now just grab a sharp pointed knife and just move just around the edges, just like this. Just so we can cut off all the excess. And it's done. Now look, that looks fantastic. Now I cut this open and let's have a look inside. Now doesn't that look fantastic? You've got all the red layers here with the ice in the middle and the icing covering the top. This truly is a beautiful and tasty cake. Thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. I sure hope that you enjoyed my 100th recipe with another 100 to come. So please leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.